feels still. But stillness is an illusion. Earth's crust, the rigid skin we build our cities on, isn't solid. It floats, it fractures, it breathes. Each continent is a raft, drifting slowly atop a sea of molten stone. Mountains rise like wrinkles on ancient skin. Volcanoes burst like pressure valves of a restless body. And earthquakes are the heartbeat of a planet in constant motion. For millennia, we called Earth stable, but she's anything but. Just 30 kilometers beneath you lies a different world, of shifting plates, grinding rock, and hidden chambers of fire. Civilizations rose and fell, unaware of the beast that moved beneath them. But now we ask, could Earth's surface movements be more than geological? Are they messages, reflexes, reactions of a living entity beneath our very home? At the center of the Earth lies a secret we can never touch, but can always feel. A spinning core, hotter than the surface of the sun. Made of iron and nickel, it generates something invisible, yet vital to every breath we take. Earth's magnetic field. This field shields us from cosmic radiation, guides the migration of birds, and even influences human biology in ways we're just beginning to understand. But what if the core is not just a furnace of metal, but a kind of central nervous system? Each seismic wave, each shift in polarity, is like a pulse, a whisper, as if the planet itself is trying to speak. Ancient cultures believed Earth had a heart, a radiant force connecting all life. Modern science calls it geomagnetism. But some physicists wonder, could magnetic resonance be a form of consciousness? Could the Earth's core remember? Beneath the crust we walk on, far deeper than the deepest ocean trench, lie oceans we cannot see. Not seas of water, but vast reservoirs of liquid locked inside minerals, hidden beneath hundreds of kilometers of rock. These are Earth's underground oceans, discovered not by ship, but by seismic echo. Scientists once believed the mantle was dry, but now they whisper of entire water worlds beneath our feet, holding more water than all surface oceans combined. And where there's water, there may be life. But more than that, these hidden oceans conduct energy. They transmit pressure, vibration, and magnetic signals across the planet. They are the veins of Earth, pulsing with geothermal rhythm. Some believe they are ancient memory vaults, preserving the history of the planet in liquid form. Others believe they are engines of planetary consciousness, transmitting not just heat, but intention. What if the planet thinks with water? Deep beneath the mountains and plains, beyond the magma and mineral veins, lie structures not made by human hands, but by time, pressure, and order. Crystals. Formed over millions, sometimes billions of years, they grow in perfect mathematical precision. Quartz, tourmaline, diamond, and amethyst, each one a microcosm of geometry and resonance. But what if these aren't just beautiful stones? What if they are circuitry? Quartz vibrates at precise frequencies, so precise it powers watches, radios, even computers. Now imagine entire layers of quartz running beneath the Earth's crust, a natural bioelectrical grid, not designed by engineers, but evolved through geology. Ancient civilizations believed crystals could store memory, heal the body, and communicate with the divine. Could these be remnants of a forgotten science? Could the Earth be using crystals as nodes in its neural system, sensing pressure, light, vibration, and even conscious intention? Is our planet a living circuit board? Across continents, across millennia, rise the remnants of ancient civilizations. Not just ruins, but blueprints. From the Great Pyramid of Giza to Teotihuacan in Mexico, from Angkor Wat in Cambodia to Göbekli Tepe in Turkey. These monuments defy explanation. Many were built with stones, weighing hundreds of tons, carved with surgical precision, aligned perfectly with celestial movements. How did they achieve such engineering mastery without modern tools? But more haunting is this. Why do so many of them seem connected? Pyramids across different continents share dimensions. Sacred geometries appear universally, and buried beneath the sands and jungles, we find structures older than history allows. Some researchers believe these are not just temples, but data vaults, code libraries encoded in stone, clues encrypted in math, geometry, and cosmic orientation. Not just human, but planetary knowledge. Could ancient sites be storage nodes in a forgotten planetary memory system? Are we just beginning to decipher Earth's original operating code? There is a code that predates language, a language spoken not in words but in shapes. Circles, spirals, triangles, ratios and harmonics that repeat in shells, hurricanes, galaxies. From the Fibonacci sequence to the golden ratio, 1.618. From mandalas in Hindu temples to crop circles in wheat fields, the same geometric archetypes appear again and again. But why? Is it just beauty we're seeing? Or are these forms the fundamental scaffolding of consciousness itself? Pythagoras believed numbers had divine power. Plato said geometry is the soul's language. Leonardo da Vinci painted the body as a golden blueprint. Even modern physicists use geometry to describe space-time and quantum fields. So what if ancient structures weren't just monuments, but harmonic resonators? Devices designed not just to impress, but to tune the environment, or perhaps even the human mind. What if geometry isn't just aesthetic, but a tool to access states of awareness? Are we standing atop a hidden symphony of form, one that once activated could reconnect us to something divine? Imagine standing inside a temple. But not just any temple, one aligned perfectly to the stars, built with stones so massive it defies modern explanation. Every angle, every resonance, every symbol, not randomly placed, but meticulously tuned to light, vibration, and the geometry of the cosmos. The Great Pyramid of Giza, Stonehenge, Göbekli Tepe, Shavin de Wantar, Angkor Wat, each one a mystery. But what if they weren't built to honor the gods, but to speak with them, or more accurately, to tune the human brain into states of expanded awareness? Ancient initiates didn't just visit these places. They underwent transformation within them, using sound chambers, sacred chanting, light shafts aligned to solstices. Could it be that these temples were technologies, not electrical but energetic, designed to amplify inner perception? Neuroscience today speaks of brainwave entrainment. Mystics speak of activating the third eye. Shamans of piercing the veil. What if temples were bridges between biology and the cosmos, between the individual and the infinite? Why do the same stories echo across distant cultures? A sky god descending to earth, a great flood that resets civilization, serpent beings teaching wisdom, a war in the heavens, a lost golden age buried beneath time. These are not mere fables. They are code, wrapped in allegory, ritual, and symbol, encoded memory of something real. What if myths are the first internet, a neural web of collective memory transmitted orally, generation to generation? Before writing, before empires, before history. Carl Jung called it the collective unconscious. Joseph Campbell saw the monomyth. But what if the origin is even older? From a time before humanity, what if stories came from the stars, and myths are how our species remembers? Not just to entertain, but to guide, to warn, to remind us who we once were. Perhaps the gods were not imaginary, but misunderstood. And perhaps, beneath every tale, is truth waiting to reawaken. Civilizations rise and fall, but patterns remain. The pyramids of Egypt, the ziggurats of Mesopotamia, the temples of the Maya, stone circles in Britain, mandala geometry in Tibet, the swastika across ancient continents. Different cultures, different eras, but strangely familiar shapes, as if there is a genetic code of architecture, an archetype embedded in the human psyche, guiding how we build, pray, bury, and rule. Even mythologies echo: serpent gods, flood myths, sky wars, solar worship. Could these similarities be coincidence, or could they be evidence of a shared ancestral memory, a kind of cultural DNA, passed not through chromosomes, but through symbols, songs, and sacred sites? And what if some of this memory was planted by someone else? The compass of humanity is trembling. We once charted our course by conquest, by empires, by the hunger to dominate nature. But that axis of power, control, and separation is shifting. Today, the world spins on new foundations: connectivity, collapse, conscious choice. Our technologies have outpaced our wisdom. We speak to satellites, yet often fail to listen to each other. We decode genes, but forget the stories written in stone. The axis is not just geopolitical, it's existential. We are being asked by nature and time itself, what will you choose to become? The forests burn, the poles melt, species vanish with silent screams, and still, somewhere within, a new voice emerges. You are not separate from this earth. You are its dream, awakening. We stand at a fulcrum point. One axis points backward, to collapse, chaos, and extinction. The other, toward a re-enchantment with the living world. It is not too late, but it will be if we remain asleep. From the center of Earth's molten core to the faint background hum of the cosmos, there is a resonance, subtle, persistent, intelligent. Some call it the music of the sphere, others unified field theory, or simply the voice of the universe. But among all known species, only one has the peculiar gift of reflection: humans. Not the most powerful, not the oldest, but the ones who ask, what does it all mean? Where do we come from? Are we alone? These questions are not errors. They are signals that we are meant to be more than survivors. We are bridges between the dust and the divine. Perhaps we are not the center of the cosmos, but we may be its interpreter. The stars have burned for billions of years, but only recently has a mind looked back and named them. And in doing so, we gave the universe something it never had before: a witness, a voice, a mirror. Maybe that is humanity's key role, not to dominate Earth, but to give meaning to the story unfolding across space and time. Listen, not with your ears, but with the part of you that has always known. The Earth is not silent. The cosmos is not indifferent. And you are not just a bystander. You were born into a time of great noise, yet the true message lies beneath the static. A message woven into magnetic fields, etched in the rings of trees, coded in DNA, and whispered in the architecture of ancient stones. Now is the time to remember, not who we are as nations, but who we are as a species, as an extension of this conscious Earth, as a breath of the cosmos itself. This is not the end. This is the threshold, one that asks us not to conquer more, but to listen deeper, to reconnect, to awaken. The Earth has spoken, and it is waiting for your reply.